Hello everybody, good morning to you all, welcome to the stream, and thank you guys for being here. Let's have a look. We have a Mythic 16 key. Yeah, I feel like that's probably going to be pretty challenging for us. It's Throne of Tides. But yeah, let's see what's going on in the Mythic world this morning. And maybe to start things off, we jump into something like a little bit easier. A 10 Everbloom. I wouldn't mind finding like a Teledazar. $18 a Teledazar, probably way too hard, but yeah, okay, we'll sign up. Yeah, not a lot of action for a Teledazar. I wonder if it's just like the least popular of the current Mythic rotation. Grace Point, good morning. Nenya, welcome to the stream. Thank you guys for being here. Blackrook hold is kind of low. We might just have to roll with our own key. If we do, I think I'll bump this down to a 14. If I bump it down to a 14, then we should be okay. AD127, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out with the stream. Dustin, good morning. Welcome, buddy. Let's see, let's talk to our lady here.
I can't wait to hear about your adventures.
And we'll bump it down to...
Tell me another story sometime. Don't forget to repair your...
And maybe we'll just post that, because it seems like otherwise it might be hard for us to get into something. Oh, I can't do this while I have an active pre-made... Okay, I have to go in and cancel... Okay. Now we're good. Ethan, I appreciate that. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for checking out the stream. Do I like my Transmog? Not really. I don't really like my Transmog. But I don't have a lot of good Transmogs, so... Maybe we'll go back to the Human Heritage Armor. Rude. Rude. Oh, I need to get some money. I should but really get the gold together to buy this mount. But I feel like it's going to require a WoW token at this point. Let's go here. So we'll do that. And then we'll change that. And we'll take away the helmet. I don't really care for the helmet. But then I don't really care for most helmets in the game. I have people that would like an invite. You are a Shadow Priest. Okay, okay, I'll take it. I don't know that that's gonna work at a plus 14, but who am I to say? Who am I to say? Zenkai, good morning, buddy. Welcome to the stream. having like endless problems with my pop filter. 1 second. Let me fix a minor technical malfunction here. Alright, yeah, hopefully that works. Let's see, we got a tank, okay, we got heals, okay, and then we need one more DPS, I'll take you. And that's a full group. Alright, to the timeways we go. Make sure I focus on interrupts. I don't even have an interrupt on my bar. I couldn't tell you the last time I interrupted something. Let's have a look. Yeah, somewhere I have counterspell. I don't know where it's at. Oh, here it is. No, it's out here. I just don't use it. Okay. Yeah. I don't really have a good keybind for it, so that's gonna be a thing. We'll see if I can manage to do that at all. Let's do a ready check. Yeah, we'll see. With everything else that I'm like already trying to pay attention to, I can't even tell you the last time I saw an ability being cast. Like, I can't tell you the last time I noticed, this guy's casting an ability. Maybe I ought to do something about that. Like, that thought has not occurred to me at all. And it might just be like, you know, I'm learning an entirely different way to play the game, content I've never done before. Like, I have all this stuff to pay attention to already. We'll see. I'm making no promises that I will interrupt any more than I already have been interrupting, which is that I have not interrupted at all in the 5 days that I've been doing this. Shit. Okay, good. I think that's, what do they call that? An overpull? Okay. Fun times. 3 deaths, 3 seconds in, 4 men down. Is this Dragonflight or Cat? You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I believe in you. It's in the thumbnail, it's in the title, it's like, you'll get there. I know sometimes, like, in the Mythic rotation, they include dungeons that are not from the current expansion. I guess that's a pretty common thing that they do. I see. I went to interrupt that, and I hit Shift F2 instead of Shift F4. So, yep, I tried though, just misclicked. There we go. I interrupted a water bolt. That's my first interrupt of all the mythics that I've done. You can go ahead and congratulate me later. Oh, it's fine. See, I knew you'd figure it out, though. It's okay. I understand. Yeah, my kid is 8 years old, and I still only get about 2 hours of sleep. So I'd love to tell you that life gets better, but in reality, it only gets worse. It only gets worse. Yeah, when you go to have a kid, people tell you, it's really hard at first, but it gets easier. It doesn't get easier. The scope and breadth of stuff that you have to worry about and think about as they get older just makes it so much harder. It's the easiest it's ever going to be when they're infantile and they can't do anything, and like all they're doing is preventing sleep. That's the easiest your life is ever going to get from now on. Everything else that happens is going to make it harder. Every new worry, every new consideration, it's just going to get so much worse. Shame on all the people that go around telling, oh, it's hard at first, but it gets easier. It doesn't. It's a lie. It's a complete bald-faced lie. Did I get my 2 set or 4 set? Yeah, I got my 4 set. Pretty sure, unless I upgraded anything and didn't pay attention. No, I got my 4 set. Nenya, that sounds like what my kid's gonna be like, but I probably won't be alive when he's 30. So. For better or worse, I don't have the greatest relationship with either of my parents. And it turns out that if you're a person that doesn't have a great relationship with your parents, you probably shouldn't have kids. They should make you fill out like a questionnaire when you're going to have a kid. And like that should be one of the considerations. Like if you have parents and you don't have a great relationship with your parents, probably means that you don't have like the greatest example to like be a great parent. But that's the kind of stuff you only realize like much later in life. Rip. I guess I should, maybe I should release. I don't know. Maybe they should just res me. This key might have been like a little bit too much for this morning. That's not very deep. It's not. If it would be deep if it was a realization that I had come to when I was much younger. This is just like fact. When fact grows over time and a fact becomes so obvious that you just can't ignore the fact anymore. It's not wisdom. It just becomes something that's obvious that you can no longer avoid acknowledging. Yeah, like if you're out there and you don't have kids, like think about your relationship with your parents. And don't think about it in the context and don't tell yourself, oh, well, when I have a kid, I'm going to do it differently. No. No, don't tell yourself that. That's a trap. Just think about what your relationship is with your parents. And if you have a good relationship with your parents, then you're probably going to make an okay parent. And that doesn't mean that you can have a bad relationship with your parents and like maybe you'll still be an okay parent, but I think you'll always wonder. And at the very least, you'll always be much harder on yourself than if you are someone who like has that good relationship and you have that great example of what that relationship is like. I think that even if you are a good parent, I think you're always going to be harder on yourself for not having that example of like what that good relationship looks like, especially like as they get older. This is not going well today. I don't know what's killing me. It's probably one of the stupid like affixes. I'm probably getting killed by an affix. Let's just bump this. Let's just bump this way back. Let's take it way back. Let's just take it down to like a 9 or a 10 key. Let's take it all the way down. Everyone got killed. Everyone's getting murdered. It's not just me. I was the first one to die, admittedly. But there's some other issue going on. I don't really feel like trying to parse through like what the exact issue is. I don't really like this dungeon at all, to be fair. I'm gonna bump this down to a 12, and maybe at a 12 we'll try again. The good thing is we don't lose rating when we fail. Otherwise my rating would be plummet. Could you imagine if it was like Heroes of the Storm or something where like when you failed the run your rating went down? My rating would never go anywhere. It would just stagnate right around like 500. But yeah, let's bump it down. I think if we bump it down like 1 or 2 more, one of the affixes will come off. And then maybe it just won't be so challenging. Let's do that. Let's do it one more time. And we'll try to do whatever this is now. Is it a 12? It's an 11. Yeah, this is probably more my speed. That's probably more of what I should be doing, especially for like the start of the day, early in the morning, super distracted. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. But I think ultimately I just don't really like Throne of Tides. Throne of Tides and the Everbloom are kind of my least favorites. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, I'll take you. This is some sick looking transmog. This is one of the few helmets. I like this helmet. This reminds me of the class in Darkest Dungeon. Is it the Leper? I forget what class it is. It reminds me of one of the Darkest Dungeon classes, this helmet. That dude's a priest. That's amazing. This guy looks like a pally, but he's a priest. Yeah, I would have thought pally. I would have thought like holy pally. But it's cloth. Apparently this is cloth armor. I don't know. It doesn't look like cloth. He was a pally. He's a battle cleric. That's it for DPS. And now we just need tank and heals. I think that like I don't need any more DPS. I wish it wouldn't let DPS queue up when I didn't need them. Okay, 1226, that's very similar to my rating. I'll take it. I think that from now on, like, these items we're getting that we can do, like, the crafting orders for, like, really good crafted gear. I think I have to start using these to give my paladin gear. I really want to get my pally leveled up to at least, like, 420 or so to get him into Mythics. But I don't have a really good way of getting him gear. And I don't know if, like, just doing all the world quests and doing all the story quests and the Emerald Dream, I have a feeling that's not a very, like, efficient way to gear up a character. But I think maybe saving up these Spark of Dreams... I don't think I need any of this stuff. Like, some of it might be a marginal upgrade. You can make 450 gear, like... But most of my slots now are higher than 450, or they're right around that area. So maybe everything else goes for the Paladin. And that would be a good way to get him geared up and into these runs. How did I like the Mop remix? I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I think it's amazing. There's so many good things about it. It's, yeah, and I was only like, you know, I played like what, like maybe I'm like 5 hours in, 4 hours in. I think the character, like, progression, like the way your character is going to feel like very, very different, like, over time. Like, it's gonna get super speedy, super powerful. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a really good way to level up a retail character. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it coming out to full release. I can't decide what I want to do. Like, I kind of want to do a hunter, I kind of want to do a shadow priest, I kind of want to do a rogue. I'm kind of torn between like 3 different... but I guess I don't really need another clothy. So maybe hunter or rogue. Yeah, I think that if it does well, which I think it's gonna... Like, judging by the amount of people who logged on over the weekend to play the PTR, like, judging by that, I think there's no way that it doesn't do well. And yeah, I'd love to see them remix other stuff. Like, let's get a Legion remix, let's get a TBC remix, let's do remixes, kind of like how they scheduled the time walking events for like the dungeons. Like, let's get a remix event, let's take 2 weeks off, let's get another remix. Like, let's make a remix version of every expansion so we can kind of cycle through them. And that gives you a chance to go back and collect like all the transmog and all the cool stuff like that you didn't get the first time around. Or see content. Like, for me, it'll be about seeing a lot of the content that I didn't see the first time around. I guess I could, you know, make my way to the dungeon as the owner of the key. That would be an okay thing for me to do. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it just as a recorded series, because I think I'm gonna get really dorky and go back to reading all the quests. Mop was not an expansion that I played a lot in. I quit. Like, as soon as I hit cap in Mop and started doing some endgame dungeons, I quit. I didn't come back till WoD. So I think I'm gonna read all the quests and see all the content. So I think I'm gonna do it as a recorded. Yeah, like, I never saw any of the raids, I never saw any of the patch content. I did the leveling, I got my panda to max, and then I basically rage quit the game. And I didn't come back till the next X-Pack. So it should be a good time. Kind of assuming everybody is here and that I am, as always, the last person to arrive. Let's get... I'm gonna have to buy more flask after this run. Oh shit. Did I not reset this? Or what exactly did I do? I think... I don't know. I don't know, do you have to reset a failed dungeon? Like, when you fail a dungeon, do you have to reset it? Maybe we're fine. Let's just assume that everything's fine. Let's do a ready check. Okay, the tank is ready. Okay. Not if we left group. I think we left group. It was my group, so I don't know if we left group or if we got abandoned. Either way, we didn't kill any bosses and the timer seems to have reset, so I think we're fine. Yeah, the timer's reset. 'Cause that's all that really matters. Oh, that was a mute. I'm kind of hoping that we don't get Mr. Pandaria Classic now that we got Mr. Pandaria Remix. I'm hoping that like maybe they're gonna choose to go the route of the remixes and kind of like stop Classic progression like at Cataclysm. That would be nice if they did that. I kind of feel like I'm good. Like I don't even think that Cataclysm is Classic, but I don't really have a big interest in them just like continuing to push towards retail with releasing expansion after expansion. It's not really interesting to me. And I'm hoping that the remix is kind of maybe a way to offer people that older content in a better format that can be enjoyed without it having to be like an actual Classic release. And then, yeah, then the struggle to explain, like, which Classic version you're playing, right? Yeah, I'm kind of ready for the Classic experiment, like, the progression of the Classic experiment to end, and then I would like to see them do something else with Classic. Whether it's, like, Seasons, or whether it's Classic Plus, I would really like to have them stop focusing on, like, progressing from one X pack to the next, and I would really like to see them do, like, something entirely different with it. Yeah, they are speeding Kata up so much it doesn't feel good. Exactly. That's one of my biggest problems with it. That was when I knew that it wasn't really going to be a great thing for me. Is like, firstly, they pushed the timetable ahead. So, like, instead of the game coming out in late June, early August, now it's coming out on May 20th. It's a short pre-patch cycle. And yeah, they're releasing patches every 2 months. So by January of 2025, Cataclysm will be over. Cataclysm is not even going to live a single year, if you can imagine that. Like, it's hard to believe, but it's true anyway. Like, Cataclysm is not going to live a single year. It's going to be done by January 2025. So, like, I don't know, like, what's the point of that? So what, then we go right into Mob Classic? Like, do we need to have Mr. Pandaria Remix and then like blow through Kata in less than a year and then go right into Pandaria Classic? Like, is that gonna last a year, or is that gonna last longer? Like, it's starting to seem less like Classic and just more like a progression server. Like, you can have progression servers that move from expansion to expansion to expansion at an accelerated rate, and it's a good idea. It's something that the EverQuest people have been doing for years. And so if you want to offer players a way to go through all of your old content and just see it as it was when it first came out, but at a faster pace, then you don't want to just keep doing releases. You just want to have a progression server. Every 4 months, the next X-Pack comes out. Maybe it's every 3 months. Like, do it as fast as you want. Offer, like, whatever experience bonuses you think are appropriate. And just do it progression style. Do it progression style. Keep the Classic era servers open always, so that people always have like just straight up Classic era to play. And then just progress through the content as fast as you want. But stop calling it like a Classic release. That would be my ask. If that's what they want to do, is if they want to eventually have like Shadowlands Classic, whatever, that's fine. But don't stop calling it Classic. And handle it in a slightly different way. Buffalo Bill, good morning. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for being here. This is going much, much smoother as an 11. This is definitely like probably my skill and my character threshold right now seems to be right around an 11 or 12. We have higher keys we've kind of gone through, but this feels comfortable at least. I don't know what this is. I gotta get this away from people, I think. That just seems really bad. Like, I've never been hit with that before. I hope I didn't almost get anybody killed with it. There we go, I interrupted the boss. Second interrupt of my Mythic career. Is that true, Renegade? If something is sprouting from the circle stack? That's like that's a visual distinction they've made. I'll have to pay attention to that and see. Oh, good. Like, don't wait. Like, I wasn't lagging that far behind. Like, I was kind of like slow. I was a little bit slow, okay? Like, I was just a little bit slow. Like, I don't think I was so slow that I warranted being locked out of the fucking boss room. I don't think, like, that's the level of slowness I was. Oh, God. I have been much more distracted for much longer. And it's been fine. they went right in, like, no, like, I linger at bosses, like, naturally. I linger at bosses because, like, I think, like, oh, loot, but there is no loot. And so, like, naturally I linger at a boss. And then, yes, sometimes I get a little bit distracted, and I'm not as quick to get to the next boss. But that was, like, instantaneous. I blinked, and they were gone, and then they were pulling the next boss, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna blame them for not just, like, looking at the mini-map and just paying a little bit more attention maybe to where I was at. Just, like, 1 second of thought could have got me in the room. Because I was pretty close. Luckily, they somehow despawned him. I'm not sure how that happened. That was not bad. That was not bad. Put my back to the wall, I won't fly so far. I usually, like, when I'm flying through the air, I blink. Like, I try to get around it with blink. The blink is not up right now. I don't want to get killed by this. Hardest part of the dungeon right here. And then we stop, like, right here at the fish thing, I think. Okay, we can keep going. Let's stop at the fish thing. Okay, good. Everything's going fine so far. There we go. Hardest boss defeated. It's the hallway boss. Well, damn. Why? I don't know what he did. I think he, like, slammed me. You know, I came in, I was like, I'm here, I've joined the fight. Dead. Instantly dead. I don't want to release. I just want them to res me. It's fine. We got 21 minutes left. I want to actually be able to help in combat. If I release, I'm never going to get back. Like, yeah, I'm never going to make my way back. Now that being said, I could just get killed again. Since I don't know what killed me, it's very likely that it'll happen again. Yeah, the Evoker does have a nice revive spell animation. I think all their spell animations are really good. It's too bad they look like dragon mascots. Yeah, if you could play from Visage form, it'd be good. Yeah, me too. If I could do all my abilities from Visage form, or here's a weird idea. This is a crazy idea. It's crazy. If we could be evokers on other races. I know it's weird. It's weird to think that a class would be available across multiple races. But yeah, if we could be an evoker on another race, like just like a human or anything normal, then I would be okay with it. I'd probably be playing one right now because it is cool. It is fun. Like everything about it is good. But yeah, I don't want to be a dragon mascot. It's not really what I'm here for. I hate any form that doesn't let me see my armor. Like, I like to see the armor I have equipped. And I'm pretty sure, like, as a dragon, you just see whatever you picked at character creation. It's like having a druid shapeshift form. Like, I don't like looking at the shapeshifted forms. I like to see my actual character and their actual gear, or my transmog. And on a dragon, you can't do that because you're in your little mascot suit. Eventually they'll have to let other races be evokers. I mean, right? And they'll probably have to let, like, the dragons be other classes. Like, I'm assuming that they want to do those things eventually. Like, let the dragons be other classes if they want, and then let other people be evokers. I feel like that's a fair trade. And people will be like, well, how if they're not a dragon, how could they fly? How could they use dragon's breath? It's like, okay, I'm shooting icicles from my hands. Are we really worried about how a person would fly without wings or shoot fire out of their mouth without a dragon mouth? Like, are we really worried about that? Because I'm flinging icicles. Like, I think we're We're past the bounds of explaining with this with physiology. Like, I think we're good. Patrick, thank you so much, man. That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you. I do need the WoW token so bad. You know, I obviously, like, I'm resistant. A part of me is clearly resistant to buying a WoW token. But I probably need to.
Thank you, my friends.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to keep my transmog going at all times. Doing mythics is okay, because when I'm doing mythics, I have that break between runs where I can run around Veldraken and I can use somebody else's mount. But when I'm out questing on, like, low-level alts and stuff, it gets really annoying. Because I constantly look stupid. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'll get one. I'll get one, I swear. I gotta talk to my wife about it, but I'll try. I keep thinking I'll eventually have enough gold, but on this character I realize, like, I'm spending so much gold. I'm gonna have to get a token just to keep up my flasks. Just to keep up my flask and my potions and stuff, my food. I'm gonna have to buy a token anyway, because I'm about to be broke. And, like, Mythic Plus is a lot of things, but it's not a way to make money. Like, I don't see a way to make money here, so... Yeah. I don't see... I don't see a way to make money by doing this activity. And I don't really know how I would make money anyway. So, yeah, they kind of got me. Like, I'm gonna have to buy a token. Mythic Plus is a gold sink. Yeah, it is. Right, that's what I'm realizing. Yep. Yep, I'm spending gold and I'm not making any of it back. Not at all. So, and it's probably just gonna get worse and worse. That was a nice little Lua error. I'm not really sure, like, why that happened, but okay. Moving on. Justin, good morning. Welcome. Farm gold. I love when people say, just farm gold. It grows out of the soil. You go farm it, you till the land, you water it, you wait, and it grows. Please be more specific. Yeah, you're gonna have to be more specific than farm gold, buddy. Yeah, you gotta... Please add some deets, as the kids say. Please add some deets. That's like telling somebody just to get good. Oh, can't do the fight, just get good? Like, if I knew how to farm gold, do you not think that I would already have engaged in said activity? If it were that easy, I'm a pretty lazy person, so if it were just that easy, just go farm gold, like, I'd probably do it. The problem is I don't know the details behind exactly what I should be doing to farm said gold. You know? Like, I don't know what sells well, I don't know what to do, like... Lots of questions still need to be answered from that. I've never found the gold farm, yeah. In all of my years of adventure, I've never come across the gold farm, so... I don't. There's gotta be a way, says everybody who's never farmed gold, yeah. It's like when people, like, say, like, oh yeah, you know, raids should be hard, people just need to get better. Like, most of the people who say that, they don't even play the game. They don't play the game, they say, oh no, it should stay hard, just get better. Yeah, just farm gold. I don't know how to do it personally, but I know that it should be pretty easy. I don't know how to do it, but I heard that you just farm gold, and then you have money all the time. So it can't be that hard, because people do it. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the effort. World Quest? Yeah, sure, you can get like a couple hundred gold a day. Probably get a couple hundred gold a day doing World Quest. Oh, I have to mop this up. Here we go. Yeah, mop it up, mop it up. You'll never get me to step foot back in Zaralek Caverns. I stopped playing. I tried to play that patch and like Zaralek Caverns was so stupid and I hated it so much. You'll never get me back into Zaralek Caverns. I guess I don't like underground places. It wasn't aesthetically enjoyable to me, the questing wasn't enjoyable to me, the story wasn't enjoyable to me, and I'll never go back. I'll never go back to the Zaralek Caverns. Yeah, I'm all done. Stupid mole people or whatever they were.
My waters are cleansed. Drink in their power. Their filthiness stains me. Behold the power of pure water.
You can run old raids for gold? Yeah, like I guess that's the problem, right? I guess like for me, the problem is that everything a person would do to farm gold, it just sounds really effing boring to me. I think that's all that it is. Like, there probably are ways to farm gold, and I'm like, they just all seem very, very, very boring, like. And I guess I just don't want to do them. I guess I don't want to go like solo old raids. I don't want to clear all my world quests every day. Like I don't really want to do that stuff. So I guess like I'm the reason why the WoW token exists. Because yeah, like I don't want to do that boring stuff, but I still need gold, so I'm gonna have to buy a token. Is Robert the streamer? No, nope, not at all. A water-themed DPS spec? Well, that's what Frost is, right? Like, do you understand that ice is water? It is water. What you should really want is a steam-based spec. You combine water and fire, and you just get steam, and it's like really hot and uncomfortable. Doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it's good at distracting enemies. Resto Shaman, there you go. Resto Shaman has a lot of water spells. That's true. That's not sarcastic, and it's true. Alright, that one is done. Let me see. So now we have a 13 Ataldazar. That's perfect. Ataldazar is our only like really low level key. So that's actually really good. It's the sauna spec, yeah. Alright, yeah, let's do this one. Let's host this key. I feel like doing it at a 13 is like just on the precipice of it having that third modifier. So we're good. Let's do it at a 13. 2K rating by next week? Maybe. It depends, you know, like, I feel like I have to grind quite a bit to get the 2K still. I'm really happy that, like, I am where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, last week, I had never done Mythics before, and, like, now here I am. So I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, like, I see people do this all the time. I'll take these guys, because they're probably in oh, they canceled. I should have acted faster. They're probably in comms together, like, they're probably actually, like, pretty good. A lot of times I get a duo signing up like after I've already invited another DPS and I don't have room for a duo. So I should have grabbed them. Any plans to go back on the Paladin? Yeah, I was talking earlier about just finding a way to get the Paladin into Mythics. Like, I don't want to get back on the Paladin and do all the quest again in the Emerald Dream and do all the side quest again. Like, I've already done that on stream a couple times. I'm saving my Sparks of Dreams. And I'm hoping that I will be able to make the Paladin some decent crafted gear and just get him up to like 420, 415, somewhere around there where I can start doing Mythic Zeros. So yeah, I do want to play the Paladin. I do want to get him into Mythics. I don't want to just grind up all the quests again in the Emerald Dream. I've done it too many times. So yeah, working on different, like if I look for like some stuff, like if I were to look for like a weapon, like a two-handed weapon, let's look for like a two-handed sword. Yeah, see, my goal is just to like use these items to eventually make him some good stuff. That's kind of the plan. That being said, I need like a bunch. What if I do Spark of Shadowflame? Oh, Spark of Shadowflame gets me 411. 411 is not like, it's obviously not the greatest, but if I had a couple pieces of 411 and then a bunch of like some pieces of 450, like that could balance out. And I do have a couple of these old things that I should use these, whatever these Shadowflame sparks are. Like I'm not getting them anymore. I should use them for at least one item. I don't know if it's a weapon that I would use it on. I'd probably use it on something else. The hardcore is just a possibility, Blends, and I am the opposite of itching for hardcore. Yeah, if it becomes a popular thing again, maybe if they do a fresh start server somewhere down the road, then absolutely. But yeah, I played. It turned out like I played hardcore for like 11 months straight, and I am pretty hardcored out. It turns out. But yeah, if it ever gets popular again, sure, I would go back to it. But I feel like it's kind of had its time, and I don't foresee like a big resurgence in it anytime soon. There's so many like other things going on in WoW. Like I think for like a lot of people now, like WoW is kind of like whatever the flavor of the month is. There's always like new stuff coming out, there's always new stuff on the horizon. And yeah, like people's interest, it doesn't last like exceptionally long for like any one thing. And I guess that's just like, that's kind of what happens when you have 16 different versions of the game for people to play. And then you constantly have new stuff coming out. Yeah, when I talked about that, I left the window open just so that if I ever do go back to doing that, someone can say, "Oh, you said you were never gonna level up on the streams again." That's why I left the door open for it, because I know how people can get on the internet. Yeah, we just need a healer. Least played role in the game, most hated role in the game, most like unrewarding role in the game. Not surprising that we need a healer. Yeah, Steve, that's a good point. Like maybe maybe I'll gear the Pally up, but maybe I won't play him until Season 4 starts. Yeah, maybe that should be my goal. Like, do I have time to get him like some gear? Because correct me if I'm wrong, when Season 4 starts, everybody's back at 0 rating, right? Like when the season restarts, your rating is back at 0. So for that first day, at least everybody will be on like an even playing field. And then yeah, all the difficulty is also going up, so it's not just that the rewards are getting better, like the difficulty levels are also changing. That's only a week. Yeah, in a week, could I get him up to a 415 or 420 item level in a week? I don't know. I don't know if I could. Maybe. If I start saving all these things, if I start getting some more of these, like the Splintered Sparks of Dreams, I need to like start getting more of these from every run. And then maybe I can make him a bunch of gear. That's really the only way. I don't know how else I would really gear him up quickly. If I can get him into heroics, then I wouldn't mind trying to run some heroics, I guess. A Mythic 0 is the equivalent of a Mythic 10. Yeah, and then Heroics, like, the Heroics are going to be equivalent of Mythic 0. And the loot will be the same. So, like, maybe, like, worst case scenario, I guess, maybe I get the Paladin geared for, like, the new Heroics. And then maybe we can start him off in Heroics and then quickly get him into the Mythic Plus season. I don't know. Like, part of me thinks if he's not ready to go into Season 4, then I'm probably just going to take the Mage. Like, the Mage is already, like, pretty well geared. I know how to play the Mage. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I want to play the Pally, but it's like... It's just about getting him geared up. Okay. Oh, we're getting summoned. That's awesome. Like, I kinda see almost why, like, when you're doing this kind of content, why you kind of, like, you have a main. Like, you probably will have alts too, like, but I think for a while, like, you have a main. And then your alt is there for when you're actually bored of your main. Like, you're just bored with it, you've done everything you want to do on the main, like, then I think that's when the alt comes in. That's kind of what I've thought about doing these runs. Was that, yeah, like, right now the Mage is my main. Alts are easy to maintain for people that know what they're doing and people who are used to the catch-up gear mechanics. Like, I don't know how to catch my Paladin up, and since I don't know how to catch my Paladin up, the idea of maintaining him as an alt in a season is a challenge to me. Because, like, besides investing, like, 10 or 15 hours doing story quests and world quests, like, I have no idea how to gear him up. So, for someone that knows what they're doing and they've run multiple alts in a single season before, it's probably really easy. But for someone who just started doing Mythics last week, it's... the concept of getting an alt in here is, like, not as easy. I also have my Shaman, who I really like. And my Shaman has, like, a 430 gear score, so my Shaman is actually in a spot to start doing Mythics. And, like, that's a character that I like. It's a melee character. It's an enhancement Shaman. And that's a character that I wouldn't mind. Maybe the Shaman will see some Heroics before the Pally does. Because I like that class a lot. And she was my main before I was playing on the Mage, so... Maybe tomorrow we'll jump on the Shaman. I'll have to see. I think her gear score is, like, 435? She has a pretty decent gear score, but, like, I played a bunch of, like, the Emerald Dream stuff on that character. I got feared for a long time. Not really sure why. Line of sight, okay. Line of sight or it fears you. Got it. Yeah, you'd think I would know that, but no, I have no idea. This looks like a wipe. Yeah, like, I think maybe the fears are probably pulling additional raptors, right? I'm assuming that's what's happening. I'm assuming that the fears are pulling additional dudes, and that's probably part of what's killing us. My gear is all busted. Hooray, awesome. So I can't really die again. It's great. I need to remember to repair after every single run. Alex, good morning, man. Welcome to the stream. What's the item level on gear from Mythic Plus? It depends on the key, I think. But yeah, like anywhere from 441 up to, we got 457. Why am I dying? Like, what the fuck? Like, why can't we just do this in a normal way? Why do we gotta do this in a stupid way that gets me killed? Why can't we just clear, let's clear a couple guys. We gotta clear a couple guys, let's just clear them. It's fine. And that way they're cleared, and that way next time we have to run back to the boss, they're already cleared. Ah, God, I was so close. So close. Almost. I almost avoided the fear. Unfortunately, almost doesn't cut it. I should probably just position myself like somewhere where I'm like already in line of sight. Here, I'll hide under the stairs. Next time he does it, I'll hide under the staircase. Our healer's dead, so like with a dead healer, I don't think there's a lot we can do. Seems very unlikely. Yeah, everyone's dead. Can I just like, can I not die? I'd love to just not die. It's a wipe, but I don't feel like my gear has to eat it. They're still fighting him. What in the fuck? Excuse my language. Okay, yeah, no, we're not gonna take him without a tank or a healer. I'm gonna run away. Because I really don't want my gear to break. So, yeah. This is not even the way out, I don't think. I don't know where I've gone. Oh yeah, there we go. See if anyone has a repair. Then I have to admit that I'm the dumbass that didn't repair his gear. Like, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather just see if I can get through this. If my gear breaks, then I'll ask. Oh, good, 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 good. Fuck me. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Runs over. Okay. maybe we'll do a 12. I don't know. Oh man. Lael, good afternoon, man. You're never late or tardy. You show up whenever you show up, and that's it. Then you're perfectly on time. It's just not, it hasn't been my day. Not everyone has a repair mount. Yeah, I know. I don't have a repair mount. Yeah, not exactly. Not everyone has. I don't have any money. I don't have a repair mount. I could probably afford the normal repair mount. It wouldn't be the one with the transmog on it, and so that'd be kind of like a waste. Yeah, I probably have enough for like the regular repair mount. All right, I'm gonna try this one more time, and if I have another run where we can't even kill the first boss, I'm gonna get on the Shaman for a bit, and do some intro stuff on the Shaman. Maybe get her some gear. Because yeah, it just seems like some days we do well, other days we just don't do well. And this is a not do well day so far. And like I don't think I'm gonna get Keystone Master. For Keystone Master, don't I have to get everything out of 15? Like there's basically no way. There's basically no way that I get everything out of 15. Like I don't think I have the skill level to do a 15, to get everything at 15. That like outside of my character's gear, outside of like any character power, I don't think I have the skill level for it. I don't think I have like the attention span or the skill level or the awareness to push like much higher than like a 13 or 14 key. So like I don't think I'm ever gonna get Keystone Master or whatever it is. Zenkai, I would not know how to invite you if I had a gun to my head. I'm in the queue. Like I got myself listed. If you pop into the queue, I can grab you. But otherwise, like I don't know how to invite people. Yeah, I hit 1200 in a week, but the thing is, like 1200 might be like right at the cusp of like where I'm gonna get to. That might be like as high as I can go, you know. Yeah, I'll wait for you to pop in, but yeah. I don't keep people on a friends list anymore or anything like that because of problems that I've had with like my friends list opening up and then people getting like harassed or griefed because they're on my friends list or they're part of my real ID. Like, so I don't keep anybody like as a friend or anything. You don't think skill's gonna hold me back? Only in the sense that like when I don't perform well, like I'm not gonna keep holding other groups back. That's how my skill level is going to be like a self-imposed like gate to me doing higher keys. Like yes, I could keep getting into higher keys, and I could count on like other people to carry me. And like sometimes I'll get carried, other times it'll be a catastrophe. So I could do that, and with enough time, I could get like plus 20 probably in everything with enough time. But if I sense that I'm not performing well, I'm not going to keep pushing those higher keys. So that's going to be like a self-imposed limit to like how far I get. Yeah. Because yeah, I'm not just gonna like roll the dice if I'm doing badly and playing badly, I'm not gonna keep rolling the dice and like subjecting other people to me. I'm just gonna go back to something slightly easier that I feel like is more within my realm. Now if I sense I'm doing well, like then you know we could do harder keys, but right now I feel like my limit right now is like 12 or 13. So yeah. Colonel Boomer, thank you so much for the $10 super for my repair bill. At this rate, yeah, I'm gonna need repair money at this rate, absolutely. And speaking of money, speaking of gold, I'm gonna go to the auction house. I need to buy some files. And thank you, that's really generous. I really appreciate it. Plus 18 seems like way out of my reach. Like plus 18 seems scary. It seems really scary. I think I want Elemental Chaos. Now I have to remember to buy the silver ones because the gold ones are really, really expensive. Yeah, see, I can't afford the gold ones. We gotta go with the silver. I'm gonna grab 4 of them.
Scattered so long.
The other thing that happens too is like if I keep posting keys and the keys keep failing, I'm gonna become like notorious. People are gonna be like, oh, there's that mage. Like every time I get into a run with that dude, like it fails. So that's the other thing about trying to push like harder and harder keys is I'm gonna make the kind of name for myself that I don't really want to make. You know? So yeah, we'll keep trying a couple more. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't mind getting my Shaman in on some of this action. I wouldn't mind trying things out on melee to see like, am I gonna get killed more on melee? Is melee gonna be like a safe option for Mythic Plus, or do I have to stay ranged? Because I do like melee classes. But part of me feels like if I'm already dying this much on a mage, like what's going to keep me alive on a melee class? I'm probably going to get killed more, I would think, if anything. Oh shit, I should pay attention to what we got going on. Your rating is low, your gear score is low, but I need a healer, so I will take you. Your name is Blunt Heals. That makes me really worried about like your cognition, your state of mind, if you can focus. But okay, we'll take Blunt Heals at 667 rating at 444 gear score, and we will cross our fingers. We got Uganda. The literal country of Uganda has come to tank for us. And they have 457 gear score, 849 rating. I don't have great feelings, but you know, I'm hoping that they are alts. Maybe they have mains that have like a 3,000 rating. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Part of the fun is like seeing what happens. Sometimes part of the fun in this is like the absolute failure that occurs when a group just can't do it. Next dungeon I'll have a chance to practice the dungeons more, or next season I'll have a chance to practice more and get better geared. Yeah, like maybe. I won't know the dungeons any better because I don't know the Dragonflight dungeons. Like I haven't done the Dragonflight dungeons, so it'll still be like all of it will still be learning for me. Now, yeah, like getting in earlier in the season, like how far are we, how many weeks are we into season 3? I know we're at the end, obviously. I just don't know how long this season has lasted. I feel like I still don't know, like, I know most fights, but like that Razan fight, like I still don't know all the fights. Like I didn't know about the Razan fear. So even now, like, I'm still just like kind of in the dark with some things. Even after like a week of going at it. Are we all in? Everyone's in. Everyone's in but me, obviously. Yeah, how many weeks has the season gone on, though? Like, how many weeks in are we? I know that Season 4 comes out next week on the 23rd. I just don't know how long a typical season lasts. This being the first time I've ever done Mythic, I have no idea, like, how long the season goes on. Because the problem is, like, everyone else will already know the dungeons, you know? Because they're going to be Dragonflight dungeons. So everyone else will already know them but me. So it's not like I'm starting off on even footing. The only time I'm going to be starting off on even footing with people is when we go into War Within. Once we go into War Within, then I will be on even footing with everybody. I'm never gonna leave Mage Food. No one's ever gonna be happy. No, at least I remembered Intellect. Nobody wants my Mage Food. Oh, this is a mount up dungeon. My first mistake, not mounting up right away. That was mistake number 1. All right, let's see if I can avoid pulling ads here. Okay, there are more ads down there. Okay, okay. Look, so far so good. We got down here. We didn't pull any ads. Immediately got grabbed by this thing. I need to get myself somewhere where I'm going to be able to easily line of sight. Okay, we're in a good position. He's doing his thing. We're going to hide back here. Okay, we didn't get feared. We didn't get feared. That's good. Now we can blow some cooldowns. And maybe do like just an ounce of damage because we've done absolutely nothing so far in the fight. Alright, here we go again with the fear. Let's hide back here. Okay, we're good. Much smoother, much smoother. See how, like, when I'm doing well and I'm not effing up, like, it helps the group succeed. So yeah, there we go. Now I know how to handle that boss. Now I will never forget how to handle that boss because of the trauma that I went through. This season was 22 weeks. Whoa. Okay, 15 weeks is typical. Wow, that's still like a lot. I don't know why, like, I just didn't think about it. I guess it makes sense. There have only been 4 seasons during the entire expansion. I guess it makes sense that the seasons are quite long. Yeah, that's almost like an actual season. Yeah. It's like a 3-month season, or 3 or 4 months is what you're telling me. Rebecca, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for being here. I appreciate it. The last seasons are shorter. Okay. 22 weeks. It's a long time. I mean, in that amount of time, like, yeah, I'll probably be able to get my rating up there. You know what I mean? I'll definitely, like... Listen, in a 22-week season, I'll probably be able to get Keystone Master. Like, that's, yeah, like, maybe, but then again, they're making the dungeons harder. They're making them harder, although for some of them, they are removing the time trial aspect or something. Like, there were a couple of other changes besides, like, increased difficulty, increased gear score. So who knows, like maybe under the new season it might be a lot harder to get Keystone Master. It might be harder. I don't really think it's going to get easier. Although maybe the gear is going to make us really powerful. Maybe the gear that we'll have access to will be like super powerful gear. Maybe that's what'll make it like a little easier. The affixes will be at 2, 5, and 10 instead of 2, 7, and 14. Yeah, so there will be more affixes. So the way I read that is that things will be harder. And so like there's probably something that I'm not like understanding. But yeah, like from that read, like the dungeons are all going to be harder. Everything's going to be more challenging. That's kind of what I get out of that. I have like 1 HP left. If somebody breathes on me, yep, boom, there I go. Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, the heals went down? Did they really? I didn't see the heals go down. They're eliminating the current 2 through 10 key. Yeah, I don't even know, like... I don't know how to interpret it. Like I said, everything this tells me it's going to be harder. Maybe at lower... It seems like at lower keys it's going to be easier. And then at higher keys it's going to get harder. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see it. Now that I've played some in Season 3, I'll have a little bit of a basis for comparison of like what Season 4 feels like. But I do feel like with 15 weeks that, yeah, I should be able to at least get everything done at like a 15 key. Like, my brain works with language and not with numbers. So when there's like number brackets and level brackets and this number makes it this number does that, like my brain doesn't absorb numbers well. That's like one of the things that's always held me back in video games in general is like my brain does not work well with numbers. My brain does not understand numbers. My brain doesn't even want to process numbers, hear about numbers, think about numbers. I hate anything with a number. I'm a words person. I like words. Words make sense to my brain, and numbers do not. You throw a couple numbers at me, I'm already confused. Like,
my claws will find your heart. You do not belong here. My claws will find your heart. This gold is under my power. My claws will find your heart.
that was not bad. I felt okay about that.
For killing the priestess. You have only succeeded in strengthening my hold on the temple.
Oh god, I got burned. Yeah, I thought I was safe, but apparently I got a little bit too close. And again, and again. Shit. 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 completely unnecessary. Just totally unnecessary. If I don't follow this guy, I'll never find my way back to the group. So let's stick close to him. Step in the blood, and after the ad, do burst damage on the boss. Oh, you step into the blood for a boost. See, that's good to know. And I don't see that, like, little mechanics like that, like, I don't know if that's gonna stick in my head. Usually the stuff that sticks in my head is the stuff that gets me killed. So when it comes to, like, little mechanics, like step in the blood, and then we get a burst or a damage, like, I don't know, I'll try to remember that, but sometimes that stuff doesn't stick. Okay, no fire, we're good. Yeah, I need like a diagram of like Mythic brackets with like in the diagram it needs to have the brackets, it needs to have like the item level of gear that's going to drop in the brackets, it needs to have the number of affixes that are associated with each bracket. Like, yeah, I need a picture. I don't want to keep getting feared. What's fearing us? I need a picture of the brackets with like the pertinent information like in a picture like diagram format. Oh no, don't run off the edge. Oh dear God. Oh no, don't do it. You have so much to live for. This is whatever is going on here was bad. Like I'm gonna have to blame the tank. I don't know, like the fear maybe, but like this just seemed like a gross overpull, like, and bad positioning, so I'm gonna go ahead and blame the tank. I don't know what else to do. Like, I didn't get to do anything, so it can't be my fault. I didn't get to do anything. Let's repair. We know we're gonna need it. Maybe we wiped on purpose? I'm not sure, because now here we are. I don't know what exactly we're doing. Blizz makes things too complicated. Yeah, they do, but there's a whole group of people like who play at this level. They want those they want it. They want the math. there are gamers that like they want the math and they want like the complications. You pull the screamer? Oh no, not a screamer. Okay, so don't pull a screamer. I didn't pull the screamer. Somebody might have done it. I'm not taking responsibility for it. Apparently now we're going a different way, so yeah, I don't know. Oh man, when I can't stand still in a fight, I feel like I can't really do anything in the fight. This is like whatever's going on here, I feel like I can't stop moving. That kind of stuff's gonna feel a lot better on the Shaman, or on like any melee class. So the times when like none of my procs were up, I can't stand still to hard cast anything. Those moments are gonna feel better on like any melee class. Yeah, but to be fair, all this content's optional though. Like, and I know this because like I chose not to engage with this kind of content for a long time. Like I chose to leave it to the elite players, you know, for like a long time. So it's like it's everyone's choice. Like there's a lot to do in the game, and like you don't have to do Mythic Plus. Like just for years I didn't do Mythic Plus. So like I'm fine with them having systems like this and having things like this for people that want to get more into like the nitty gritty. Just because like it's so optional now. There's so many different ways to play the game and so many different things that a player could do. Like even in retail, that like I don't mind that it's complicated really, and that like I don't understand it. Part of me knows that like over time, like what happens is like over time you will get familiar with it, but it just takes, it feels like it takes time, you know. By the end of next season, I will know what people are talking about when they're talking about Mythic Plus. Like right now, I'm still kind of lost, but I feel like the knowledge will come. I feel like what a lot of people do is like they do research. You know, a lot of people do research for their video games, which is not something that I do. Like I've never been a big fan of like doing actual research to figure things out. I like to do it. I like to figure it out as I play. But yeah, I think a lot of people are compelled to do research. But if you just get in and you play for long enough, it feels like eventually you will know the vernacular. You will absorb the language, like whether you want to or not. Alright, we each need to kill like a totem here, I believe is how this works. Like, so I'm gonna stand by this, and I'm gonna go after this totem. I think they all need to die at like the same time or something. I really hate like the poison thing that's popping up around me is making it really hard to do anything.
You die with me!
Now crafting is too complicated, and crafting needs to be looked at. I'll agree on that. Crafting is too complicated, and maybe they should look at that. I don't know. They're probably not going to. That's kind of the same thing though. I feel like once you understand it, you'd understand it, but like it's gonna take a lot of time to figure out like what's going on with crafting. Yeah, crafting is more impenetrable to me than this. Like, well, I'll have to. I'm waiting till War Within to try crafting again because I just didn't get it. Another Lua error. That's cool. I'm getting a lot of Lua errors for like not using any add-ons. You know, I'm not using any like interface add-ons or anything like that, and I'm just getting like a lot of weird like Lua errors today. I'm running out of places to stand. That's very bad. Yeah, I have nowhere to stand over here. Let's move.
Master, gonna build me again.
Yeah, Everbloom on a higher key really sucked. I don't really want to ever do Everbloom again. Let's see.
But when you die,
Yeah, I'm not.
there will be no coming
I don't think we're gonna be doing Everbloom again. Not at like a high key. Played the game for 13 years, now you decided that crafting just doesn't exist? Right. Yeah, like I tried to do the crafting on my Shaman when I first got into Dragonflight. I was doing skinning and I was doing leatherworking, and it got to a point where like I didn't understand where they wanted me to get the materials. I guess it's possible that like some of the materials, maybe I was supposed to get them like off the auction house from other professions. I don't know. Like I would go around, I would fight various things, I was skinning everything. And it got to a point where like I couldn't get any skill ups in leatherworking, and then like the patterns that would give me skill ups, I just did not know where to get the items. I feel like maybe a tooltip, like if you click on a reagent, it should kind of tell you like where to get it. Like maybe give you an idea of like what kind of mob it would drop off of, or tell you flat out, hey, you have to go to the auction house, you have to get this from another player, from another profession, because at some point like I just didn't know where to get the mats. And so that was the end of my leatherworking. And that's not to start discussing all of the different specializations and all the different bonuses they bring and trying to figure out like what's optimal for like my specializations. That's like not even dragging any of that into the conversation, which is like a whole nother bag of worms. We did it. We completed the key. Awesome. We got a headpiece. I don't need a headpiece. Well, this one is better. It's got crit inverse, and we haven't leveled it up at all. But then again, if I equip this now, I'm going to lose my 4-set bonus. So, yeah, there's that. Alright. So that's good. Let's put up a portal here. I should go swap it to tier. Yeah, it's not that it's a higher. It has the potential to become a higher level because it's at 2 out of 8, 457, and I'm at 457, 6 out of 8. So yeah, it's a higher level potentially if I put flight stones or whatever into it to level it up. I don't think I have any flight stones because we're not getting a lot of resources doing these runs. But maybe we should head over to Tears Hold and check that out. We got an Everbloom 14. This might be where my key dies. I'd probably have to bust this down. We tried Everbloom 14 and like we couldn't find a healer or a tank or a group that could do it. Everbloom, we have Everbloom at 13. I really wish there was a way to change my key to a different dungeon. Like, just to, like, I don't even want Everbloom at any key. I just want it to be for a different dungeon. No, I'm not getting a ton. No, I'm not. No, that's not true. Like, unless they're being mailed to me or so. I have 220, and I've had 220 for the past 3 days. Yeah, I'm not getting a ton of flight stones. I'm getting a small amount of flight stones. Almost unnoticeable amount. I haven't spent flight stones since the beginning of last week. Was the last time I spent flight stones. So we're not getting a ton. I don't know like what a ton is considered, but I have 220 and I haven't spent any in like 5 days. So unless I'm missing something, unless they're coming in a bag that I'm not opening, we're not getting a lot. I wish we were. Like, I wish after 5 days I had like 1,000 flight stones, but that's not what's happening, unfortunately. And you could watch it, so we'll find out. We're gonna know exactly how many flight stones we get after the next run. Because right now I have 220. I bet after the next Mythic we clear, I'll have 230. I feel like we're getting about 10 flight stones per run. And yeah, so that's, which is basically completely unhelpful. Like 10 flight stones a run, not, I would settle for like maybe 40. 40 would be a good number, 50 would be generous, 100 would be like super generous and I'd be here for it. But yeah, we're getting like 10 right now. Where am I going? Am I going over? I think I saw another player go in here, so I think this is it. Yeah. Here we go. So let's take this guy. He's gonna become this silly looking hat, which is fine. Oh shit. Oh no, it's a countdown. Okay, good. Why is it counting down? That's so weird. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and we'll equip that. And now the thing is, like, realistically, I want to pump some flight stones into this. Like, ideally. I'm gonna go up for this Everbloom 14 and we're just gonna, like, see what happens. We'll just see what happens. I don't have a lot of hope, but we could get a pro healer and a pro tank and we could do it. So let's just try it. We've already failed at so many things today. What's one more failure? A chill run. Yeah, it's gonna be real chill. Let's see what we got going on over here.
I will do my duty.
See, it takes 145 flight stones to bump this up by 3 item levels. And we're getting about 10 flight stones a run, it feels like. It also takes 15 Drake's Dreaming Quest, and I don't even know how I'm getting these crests. I'm probably not getting any more now that I'm not doing like world quests and stuff. But yeah, we'll level it up once so that it is actually better than what I had before. And so now we have 75 flight stones. We will take this tank. We will take this DPS.
May you find what
And
you seek.
yeah, you know, that's... I mean, that's my item level. I guess I can't, yeah. I guess that's it. Oh, we had the tank cancel. Okay, do I still need a DPS? I guess so. Let's go here. Okay, now we need tank and heals. Yeah, someone did. Yeah, I was told that I can use regular flying. I still haven't. I haven't figured out like the toggle for it. But maybe it's based on the mount that I'm using. Maybe that's like the only difference. Maybe if I just use like a non-dragon riding mount, maybe that would be flying. Sometimes I don't mind dynamic flying, but it's nice to have like an option. I have no more keybinds anyway. I don't even have a single keybind available for my mount. So yeah. All right, let's teleport ourselves out of here. It's the Pathfinder achievement? I don't even know if I have that. If it's achievement based, I probably don't have it. Is Pathfinder where you have to like explore every part of every zone, or is it different? I'm sure there are parts of some zones that I have not uncovered on the map. I need to go try to take care of this horrible transmog. See, I think everybody hates Everbloom. I think everybody hates it. A main story quest? Oh, yeah. I did the initial Dragonflight story, and I did the Emerald Dream story. And whatever other story content was patched in between the base campaign and the Emerald Dream campaign, I never completed them. I came back a little bit and played Rathion's drama with his brother. Like, I did a little bit of the Black Dragon family drama with their daddy issues, and like, that wasn't really enjoyable story content for me, so I didn't finish it. So yeah, there's some story stuff in this expansion that I have not done, absolutely. Yeah, I've for sure completed the base campaign and the Emerald Dream, and that's all I know for sure. You get a lot of flight stones from doing the story. Yeah, but the story is boring. I don't want to go through it. I did the Emerald Dream stuff, and I got a lot for that, you know?
I have many wares. Good fortune to our friends.
Oh my gosh, we will give this a little bit more time, but yeah, like, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are super interested in a plus 14 Everbloom. And I understand their hesitation. After some of the experiences that we've had here, like, I would hesitate too. If I was a healer or a tank, I'd probably be looking elsewhere. So, we'll see. Give it a little bit more time. Delist it and relist it. Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. That helps sometimes, yeah. If they're just scrolling the entire list, then it could help. And players are mostly done with the season. It seems like it seems fine. Like, the amount of people we've been able to get groups. I haven't had like any real big problems. This is like probably the longest it's taken us to find a healer in a tank, and I think it's just because people don't like Everbloom. Like, and if they don't need it at this point, you know, then they're not going to run it because it's kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, it could be that a lot of people are probably waiting for Season 4. That's true. But a lot of people are still super engaging with Mythic, it seems. Because I think this is probably the part of the season where if you had an alt that you wanted to take into Season 4 who wasn't your main, this would probably be the time when you would be gearing up that alt. I'm assuming
I have
that some people would do that.
you like.
Yeah, Everbloom with bursting. Yeah, it's pretty sure that's what just kept killing us over and over again. We could jump on the Shaman and see what's going on the Shaman, and try out some mythics as melee. Now, obviously, the Shaman has 0 rating and doesn't have a key yet, so we'd probably have to start with a mythic 0 just to get rolling. Let's see, what do we got here? We got a tank. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know, like... I don't think it's gonna work out. I kind of have to take him because I don't have a lot of options, but if you have a lower gear score than me and you're trying to tank Everbloom 14, I feel like it's probably gonna be a problem. But what do I know? You know, I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. If we get a healer. Now that I've done a key on one character, I can talk to the panda and get a key on any character. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Very nice. And the Shaman has better gear than the Mage had. When you guys convinced me to start doing mythics on the Mage, I think we had like a 411. We had like a 411 gear score. It was still, the color was still white when we started out. So like, I think my Shami has like a 435, somewhere much higher. I think I'm gonna take just the higher. I can't take a 437. I gotta take the highest gear score that I can. Okay. Here we go, Everbloom, plus 14 with bursting. This is what we're doing. Everbloom, is somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's probably through the timeways, though. Maybe over this way? It's Gorgrond, right? This is a WAD, Warlords of Draenor dungeon. My wife doesn't like it when I call it WAD. I don't know why. See, I'm starting to learn the timeways. I'm just now starting to learn the timeways. It's taken a little bit over a week.
Many deals for a friend of the Grumbles. Like you.
Yeah, and this is the one with the epic music that's like, it's kind of like, the music is so good in here that it's almost distracting. Pretty sure we have everybody. We've got to summon out to the warrior, well, yeah, everyone else is good. I have an eating buff right now, but my character was not sitting. We had the eating buff for like 10 seconds and she was still standing up. It was kind of weird. Alright, let's catch a quick repair. Okay, we're fully repaired. Let's do a ready check. And here we go, cross your fingers. We're starting off really good. Yep. We are about a minute and a half in. We have 3 deaths already. So it's going well. I can't keep dying like this though. Like this is like a healing problem. Like there's nothing else that I can do to avoid that. Like it just, I have to catch a heal. I have to catch at least one big heal, otherwise that's it, like I'm gonna die.
No, he will awaken.
Last week at M+ is going to be bottom of the barrel players. That's rude and presumptuous. And it's not the prime time to play. Well, like for me it's the prime time to play because it's just like this is the time that I play. So, and I think this is true of the other people too. It's interesting to try to attribute like a player's skill level to the time of day they play. That's interesting. The fact of the matter is, this is a really freaking hard dungeon with this affix. We have to slow AoE damage. What would be nice is if the tank would pull a little bit less. And then if the tank pulled a little bit less, then that would slow AoE damage. That would be... What the fuck? How am I getting to them without pulling this guy? I guess I'm just gonna try to sneak in here. There we go. We made it. Every time I go to do something, I just get stun locked and then we die. Like, this is the problem. Like, what this right here, whatever this ability is, this is the entire problem that we're having. That might be the only problem that we're having. If we could find a way to counter this fucking stun with all this damage going out, like, if we can't counter that, and then there's no way to do the run. And it seems like the way to counter it is to pull them in smaller groups. Like, it seems like if you pull like 2 or 3 of them at a time, you're not gonna have that same problem. But instead of like changing what we're doing, we're just pulling the same size groups over and over again. Again, like, leaving shit like this up is a big mistake. Like, I can't get to the group and not pull this guy. Like, I'm pretty sure we're pulling this guy. No? Okay, that's crazy. Like, I wish we could clear some shit like that just to make it a little bit smoother to get back. Here we go. We're gonna add this group. Like, we really can't add this group. This is gonna be a huge problem. Like, this is the same shit. Like, we can't pull both of these groups. You have to somehow pull the one group, pull it back, deal with the one group, and then deal with the other group. It's almost like people, like, it's tanks, they just have a problem, like, adapting to any situation. They're like, oh shit, like, 5 guys is too many, what should we do? And their answer to that question is, oh, we should just keep pulling the same 5 guys. Like, what about pulling them back? What about line of sighting 3 of them? Like, there's no, like, thought process going on, like, from any of these tanks as to, like, how to approach a pull differently when the pull keeps killing us. All they do, they go in and they throw themselves at the mobs. They throw themselves, and it's every tank we've had in here. Instead of saying, hey, 5 seems like it's too many, let's try killing 3 of them, they don't do anything different. They just keep throwing them. They keep throwing them at the fucking groups. Same size group every time. Yeah, like, they should, like, we need to get these guys, we need to be fighting these 3 back here. If we were fighting these 3 back here, we wouldn't be fighting these 2 over here at the same time. We kill these 3, we pull these 2 back here, we fight them. We pull these, and then we keep pulling them back into the corner. That's what I would do. And see, now we've lost people. Okay, let's be done with Everbloom. We gave it a try. We said we'd come in and do it. I'm stuck with an Everbloom key. I guess I could bump this key down eventually. I could bump it down to like a 5. And like probably at like a 5 or 6 we could do it. But I think I'm done with Everbloom for this season. Anything higher than like a 10 maybe. I think I'm just done. It's a big waste of time. Is all that it is. Like, with tanks this stupid, like, you really can't do it. It just needs a tank that realizes that sometimes you have to split groups up and you have to pull smaller. And then we could have been easily successful had we just had smaller pulls. I don't ever want to go back into Everbloom. We have 1 more week of Everbloom and it's over. I don't ever want to go back into Everbloom higher than a 10. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I just don't want to deal with it. What I do want to check, I do want to see like what my shaman's got going on. I hate that she's Eridar Draenei. I need to get that changed. I made her Eridar Draenei to like check it out, but it doesn't really fit with a shaman. What gear score are we? 435. 435. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And so you said if I go over and talk to the panda lady, she will give me a key? I probably don't even want to think about my spec or really even look at my spec right now. That's like a whole nother can of worms.
Looking for someplace new to explore?
I would like to buy from you. I seem to have misplaced my key.
Tell me another story.
So I lied to her. I straight up lied to her. I was like, yeah, I seem to have misplaced my key. It's like, dude, you never had a key. We have a Tal Desire. Okay, okay. Now it might be that we have a harder time finding like lower level stuff. But let's just see. We might jump back to the mage. We'll see. We'll see. The combined backpack is part of the default UI. I'm not the only add-on I'm using is Details Damage Meter. I'm not using any other add-ons. I should probably sell some junk. I feel like I have junk in my inventory. Let's do this. I don't know why I have a one-handed dagger. Can I can't even use a one-handed dagger, can I? I can. Oh shit, okay. I didn't know I could use daggers. That's cool. I have a ring that I don't know how I have some of these items I have. I don't know how I have them or why. But I guess I'm not going to complain too much. There might not be anybody on interested in doing lower keys at this time of day though. That might be true. The other thing I don't know is like I don't know what kind of what flask do I want or what file do I want on a shaman. I guess it only matters if we actually manage to get a group. We might be better off like I don't know, like we might be better off just like jumping into somebody else's run at this point, but maybe not with no rating, maybe not. We'll give this a minute. This is good to know because this means that like I shouldn't really try to get my paladin up right now, because if I'm not going to be able to get into groups on the shaman, then I'm probably not going to be able to do stuff on the paladin. You know, potentially until the next season starts. Well, there's a tank. Yeah, no gear, no rating. I'll take it. No gear, no rating. You're in. I should make that part of the description. You got no gear, you got no rating. I'll take you. I don't have a choice. What's gonna happen here that's really gonna bug me is I now need to find a way to... I need to change this. Edit mode. I think I have to change... I don't want this. I don't want this. Use raid style. Party frames. Okay. There we go. Save. Done. Done. Okay, let's grab a heal. Oh, we got a good healer. And then a last... I should have grabbed that, and I feel bad. I should have grabbed the no rating. Well, hey, there we go. Okay, cool. And so we're doing a Tal Desire. Ooh. This got all messed up. Oh my gosh. I deleted everything. Is there a way just to, like, reset my profile? I feel like there should just be a way to bring out, like, the profile from my other character, because I just totally blew this up. This is not what I wanted. I kind of wish I could still use recount. Recount is what I used forever. But I don't even think recount works anymore. I want to make another window. That's what I really want to do. I really want to make another window. Window control, create new window. Okay, Okay, here we go. I want DPS here. Okay. That'll work, I guess. All right, we're getting a summon. I should have got a file, but I didn't. So. And we'll see if I remember how to play this character. It's been a little while. Oh good, I was muted that whole time. That works out. That's perfect, actually. There we go. I figured it out. I figured out how to change the difficulty. Yeah, we're good. Do a ready check.
Aye, this is the place. I can feel the power of these relics deep in me bones.
The tank said, "I am gonna drag with us," whatever that means. I don't really know what that means. He's gonna drag with us. So yeah, get ready for that. Oh, he just means he's gonna chain a bunch of mobs. Okay, he's gonna dangerously chain a bunch of mobs. Now I know what he means. Yeah, okay, this is why we can't use daggers. Oh no. This might be the worst day of my life. It said I could use daggers, but I can't. I can't really use daggers. It lied to me. It fucking lied to my face. Because a shaman can equip daggers, but apparently as enhancement spec, I can't use them. Yeah. You can't use daggers. You just can't use them. The game just lets you equip them, but yeah. Cool. I don't have a solution for that right now. I'm pretty sure I vendored my mace. So yeah, rip Shaman, I guess. Cuz I'm pretty sure I vendored my mace cuz it told me I could equip a dagger. And I equipped the dagger, and then I think I went about emptying my inventory. No, you can't buy it back. It's gone. Yep, rip Shaman. You had a good life, and you will be missed. We love you, but you're gone now. We'll get her another weapon. It's okay. It's not that dramatic. Now this is all messed up. The delete. the delete. Yeah, I was like being sarcastic. Like, look, it's fine. You can just restore them. It's okay. The delete does nothing. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Relax. The delete was just to be overly dramatic. Yeah. It was intentionally dramatic. It's fine. You just go in and you undelete them. Is everyone okay now? Is everyone gonna be fine? I'm fine. How are you? I checked the vendor. They didn't have anything. Yeah. You didn't know you could undelete a character? Do you think I would really delete like my main character if I couldn't undelete it? It's funny. All right, what I'm gonna do is I guess I'm gonna take lunch. Yeah, well I have food now, so now I'm gonna take lunch. And, yeah. I'll take a little break. You can undelete in any version of the game. You have every 7 days you have one undelete. And then you gotta wait 7 days before you undelete again. Yeah, you know, like... I don't know why the game would let me equip a weapon on a character that could not be used for their abilities. I'm completely fucking baffled. I've never had anything like that happen. I've never been able to equip a weapon, and then when that weapon is equipped, like, just not have access to any of my abilities. Like, that's really effing strange to me. What I will do, since that character is now completely effed, like, now I have to go and, like, get her a weapon. So, yeah, like, which is fine. Like, it's not really how I wanted to spend my points, but... I think maybe I'll just get her like a 411 weapon. I'm gonna spend one of these stupid little things. I need 17 primal molten alloy, and I'll just get her a 411 weapon, and that'll be good for now. Because yeah, now she is effed. Like, I can't play her until she has an actual mace, because it turns out that even though you can equip daggers, you can't use them. Oh shit! I didn't track what it was. I need to actually like track it.
Looking to buy?
Yeah, somebody said I could track these, but okay, here we go. Track recipe. There we go. Yeah, now it's down here. Perfect. That's what I need to do. You've had that happen with other classes? Wow. Yeah, I've never had that happen before in my entire life. Like, and I had a feeling like that's, remember I was like, oh, we can't equip daggers, and I'm like, oh wait, we can equip daggers. Oh, but no, you can't. It turns out that you can't. You can, but you can't. I feel like that was clearly like, it's clearly an idiot trap. Like, I'm an idiot, I don't know how to play the game.
Our flight has
And so I fell into an idiot trap that the game like laid this trap for me, and I walked right into it. Oh cool, I got a dagger. I'll just equip the dagger and sell my mace. Oh, it's gonna be fine. Oh, it's gonna be an upgrade. Look at this upgrade. I fell right into an idiot trap. And I thought retail had gotten rid of most like idiot traps, like most straight out idiot traps. But no, they haven't. I need 17 of these. Yeah, we're going with silver. Jesus Christ, that's expensive. Even for the silver. Oh my god. Okay.
Come see me again.
And yeah, we'll let that go and see if maybe someone wants to make us a weapon, and then that way the character will be playable.
You are in for a treat.
All right, there we go, guys. I'm going to take like a 10-15 minute break here. And if you want to stick around and see more Mythic Plus, I appreciate it. If you got to go, I understand. And I thank you very much for being here this morning. I'm going to go to the break screen and I'll be back in a little bit. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, that crafting order is probably going to take a while for someone to get to that. So, for now, we are stuck right here. Let's take a look at our key. Let's bump this down to a 10. If we bump it down to a 10, at least we could probably do it. I don't think a 10 gets us anything. Yeah, we have a 13. Doing it will get us a different key. Which is, that's what I really want. A key, if I'm gonna push a key, I don't want it to be Everbloom. Wait, so at 13 though, this only has Tyrannical and Entangling. Which wasn't what was killing us. I'm gonna bump it down like one more.
Good treasure lately?
That makes it a 12. Let's see, maybe we can do a 12?
Try not to sleep
I have to have
too
some kind of faith
okay?
that maybe we can do a 12. Do you have to pay to play this game? Yes. Yeah, the true cost is like the cost that it etches like out of your very existence. That's like the real cost that you pay. It is the place that it carves out for itself inside of your being. Yeah, Kakarot. Nice name, buddy. Oh, Kakarot canceled. He's gotta go hang out with Vegeta. Alright, that's DPS. Now we need tank and heals. Most of us have forfeited our sanity long ago. So for a lot of us, that's not an issue. Rosalinda, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Clint, that's awesome. I think I've gotten a couple people to come back to retail and start doing Mythic Plus. Yeah. Yeah, it's affected a few people. I guess people figure that if I can do it, like, then they can do it too, you know? Oh, look at this. I don't even have enough flight. This is why I don't have flight stones. And I didn't realize this. Because I can't read. And I often refuse to read. But if I had read this item beyond the first line, I would have realized that combining these into these not only takes 2, it takes 250 flight stones. This is why I don't have flight stones. It's not that I'm not getting them, it's that I'm combining these as soon as I get 2, and every time I do that, I'm eating up 250 flight stones. This is what happens when you refuse to read the entire description of an item. And you just think like, why don't I have flight stones? Where are all my flight stones? I'm not getting any flight stones. Oh, you're getting flight stones, dummy. You're just using them without realizing what's happening. I can't wait for the YouTube comments on that one. Yeah, they make these and then you can use these for like trading orders. Like I put up a trading order to make my enhancement shaman a new mace. But yeah, these are the better ones. But I didn't realize these were eating all my flight stones. Nom nom nom. Yeah, I was kind of using these as a way to gear up my alts now because I don't really need any more crafted gear for this character. So, but yeah, like I mean, now that I know what's happening, it's fine, I guess. Now I can pay attention to how many flight stones we actually get from the dungeon. So we're starting at 75, and if we can clear this one, we will see like how many flight stones we end up with. That's not what I wanted. Can I just... Oh, what is going on with this? I've completely borked my details. It's completely borked. Not really the time to be messing with it. Okay, what would be really cool if they wouldn't stack on top of the tiny little item I need to click on. That'd be cool. Like, please don't stack everything on top of the tiny little item I need to click on. Alright, everyone said yes to the ready check. We are good. I just hate this place. I just don't like it. It sucks because the music is really pretty and like the aesthetics are really pretty, but it just seems like it's just a horrible place to be. If I never do this dungeon again, I'll probably be happy. See, I don't even know the mechanics. Like, I'm part of the problem here because I don't know what's going on. I just try not to get hit by stuff. You know, I try to get out of the little like circle things. Like, I don't know the mechanics. I'm a part of the problem in these groups, definitely. I might be the biggest part of the problems. My general lack of awareness as to like what trash mobs do. Like, I don't know what trash mobs do, and like typically I don't pay attention to what trash mobs do. And if it's something really obvious, like I move out of the way or I try to avoid it, but like beyond that, like I have no idea. I'm never gonna get the 15 key. I'm not coming back here again. The only reason I'm doing it now is because I wanted to change my key to something else. Like I'm not going for the 15 key on this one. We're not gonna be getting Keystone Master for this season, you know, which is fine. I started at the end of the season. I'm not really too concerned about it. And we'll see what season 4 holds, because this dungeon is not gonna do it for me. I am not gonna try to get a 15 key done here.
We have not yet purified the water. We are all doomed.
I don't know why I have ads on me. Maybe it's a chase mechanic. Maybe the tank can't pick it up. Maybe I just have to live with it. Not sure. Don't remember ever having ads on me before. There we go. The other thing I'm noticing is like I'm pretty sure that my skill level on the mage is capped out. Like I can't seem to like increase my own performance. So I think like ultimately like skill wise, I think I'm capped out on the mage. It doesn't feel like I am getting better, and I do feel like I'm at like the limit of my button pressing abilities on this class. So and I'm not quite at 100k DPS like hardly ever. So that's been like something useful to learn as well. Is that potentially there will be classes like this class might be just like a little bit like too many buttons for me to push successfully. I feel like my understanding of it has also like kind of capped out. Yeah, the music here is really good. It's a shame that the dungeon's such a pain in the butt, because the music is awesome.
The forest closes in around you. Foul this place. You will be purged. You will be purged. Life life renewed. You will be purged. I return to the soil.
No, you can't. It's... I flee! The vines! They control us all! Yes, fire! Fire will burn away the contagion! Surely the cold will make them wither? Get away! Get away! fire will burn away the contagion. Surely the cold will make them wither? My body. It's the only way to stop them.
We're not going to hit the enemy forces meter. We're going to have to like circle back to get some more of the trash killed.
The portal is lost. We must stop this beast before it can escape.
That seems to always happen to us in this one.
Its attention.
We're never done with trash by the time we get to the last boss.
Reviving the little ones!
Nice, nice, nice. Right into the blast. Very good.
We are lost. It's pushing us back. That doesn't look good.
And now we have 6% to go. Was it a 1.9 million crit? I have no idea. I hardly ever actually see the numbers anymore. Like, there are constantly numbers, and like I hardly ever look at them. Maybe it was two numbers overlapping. It could be. It could have been a 1.9 million. I don't know what the number, like, threshold is. Once the numbers pass, like, the hundreds, like, my brain doesn't want to track numbers anymore. Once we're in the tens of thousands, like, per hit, per attack, like, my brain just disregards all the numbers. There we go. It's a little awkward when that pops. I wish that would wait till you were out of combat to pop up. It's kind of awkward to have it pop up while you're like in the middle of a fight, but yeah. I guess now we go back for the loot. And so that changed our key over to a 14 Throne of Tides. Oh god. Oh my god. Yeah, we couldn't do a 14 Throne of Tides earlier today, and I don't think much has changed. I'm pretty sure that was one I also had to bump down to like a 12 for us to be able to do it. Throne of Tides, let's see. Warcraft, we have a 12 Throne of Tides already. Well, I was this close to looting the chest, and then I accidentally clicked the portal instead. So, I guess if there was any loot, they will mail that to us eventually. We were close to clicking the portal. Is a stat squish coming with War Within? I don't think so. They haven't talked about a stat squish, but maybe a stat squish is so common now at an expansion launch that maybe they don't talk about it. Maybe it's just something they do now. They used to like make a big deal out of it when they were doing a stat squish. We had mail from before. I think some of the mail we have is going to be the craft order. Oh yeah, we did get the, yep, that was from no loot from the run, but we did get this mace. Which I have to send over to my shaman. I don't know my shaman's name. My shaman has a weird E. Okay. Weird E from left to right. Let's get this sent over. So rambles with a weird E. I think that's it. Oh my god, you guys didn't tell me and I didn't know. I'm making so many stupid mistakes today, and like no one's here to stop me from making them. And I don't know enough about retail to not make these mistakes. So yeah. You guys will figure out what the mistake is. But yeah, obviously that's not gonna happen. So my shaman will be useless until I can just go buy an item on the auction house with her, because yeah, that's the game doesn't work how I want it to. You can't make a good crafted gear on one character and send it to another. You can't do it. It's not a game feature. So yeah, so she's still shit out of luck, basically, is what I'm saying. And I'm not in Veldraken, and I don't have a quick way to get to Veldraken, so I can't even quickly take her to the auction house. Yeah, she might be benched. She might be permanently benched. Yeah, she's on the bench. she's permanently benched. I can't even, like, they don't connect the flight points here. The flight points, for whatever reason in their infinite wisdom, they don't connect the Emerald Dream flight points out until, like, Veldraken. I just want to be able to fly from here to Veldraken. That would be ideal. Without that, it's going to be a little bit of a journey that I don't feel like doing right now. So that is not going to happen. And there's an exchange person by the trades. I don't know. Oh, send the reagents. Yeah, I could send the reagents, and then I can have her place the crafted order. That's cool. Well, you know, I burned a bunch of gold and some old mats learning that lesson, so that's a good time. You have to open up the flight pass up to the portal. I don't know where the portal's at. I'll worry about it later. I'll take some time on my own to get her back to Veldraken and see if I can buy, like, something decent on the auction house. At this point, like, any one-handed mace will do. So, and maybe eventually I'll get to play that character again. If not, they can just keep riding the bench. Apparently, I'm not going to be able to gear up the Paladin either, because, like, what I just did, what I tried to do for the Shaman, I kind of plan to do the same thing for the Paladin. But, yeah. Sometimes it feels like I'm actively fighting the game for a good time. No, I'm just lazy about some shit. Like, I could just do the flight right now and, like, fly her back to Veldraken. I'm just lazy and I don't feel like doing it. It's not about actively fighting the game, it's just about, like, picking and choosing, like, what I want to do moment to moment. You know? Like, when either I could fly her there right now, or I could just, like, wait and do it later. And so I'm gonna wait and do it later. That's all. We had 75 flight stones at the beginning of that run, so, like, whatever 154 minus 75, that's how many flight stones we got. We got 79 or 80 flight stones from one run, so that's actually not bad. Mage portal to Veldraken. I mean, the Shaman is a Shaman, so, like, either way, I'm gonna have to run her there. I could beg a mage for a portal. Yeah, sure. Like, I could do that. And by the time I do that, I'll just make the flight myself. There's lots of things I can do. Yeah, all those things are possible. Yep. I could probably go to Dalaran. Yeah, sure. There's like 17 different ways I can get to Veldraken. I just don't feel like doing any of them right now. Oh, here we go. We got a DPS tank combo. It's probably not gonna be a successful run, but we'll try it. We will try it. I'll get the Shaman all set up for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play on the Shaman today. I had one chance to play on the Shaman, and I completely effed it up. So, like, in light of, like, monumentally effing it up, I'm just gonna wait. I am just gonna wait, and then I'll try to get her ready. If I can find a weapon on the auction house that's, like, you know, something decent, then we can try tomorrow. Why do I have 2 tanks? Why do I have 2 tanks? Oh, thank you. Thank you for not being a tank. I appreciate that. Yep, I'll get her all set up for tomorrow. 430 with no rating. No, I can't take you. 460 with some rating. Yeah, that seems better. Let's do that. Use item restoration. You can do it once every 30 days. Does that involve me putting in a ticket? Sounds like it involves me like putting in some kind of ticket. It's on the website. Even worse! I have to go to an external source to solve my problems. Yeah, that's a good idea, and like I would advise like most people would do that. Like I'm probably just gonna have to buy myself a weapon on the auction house. I don't remember what the weapon was called. I don't remember anything about the listen, like I am the one who equipped a dagger, and I didn't notice that my abilities were grayed out. And I didn't question, like, why haven't I equipped this dagger before? And then I immediately vendored my old weapon. Like, that's on me. Like, I don't even feel comfortable asking, like, for the item back. And then I logged out before checking the buyback tab. So, like, I made every mistake. And when you're so stupid that you make every mistake, you should just pay for the mistakes you've made. And, like, I could, like, maybe I can get the item back, but, like, I don't deserve the item back. It's just gonna be a huge series of blunders that I made that I'm gonna have to try to, like, live with and learn from. It's a 21st century, who needs accountability these days? Yeah, exactly, right. No, the thing is, like, if I like, that's the only way. That's the only way. It's like, otherwise I'm just gonna keep doing the same stupid shit. It would be, if I had just made like 1 or 2 mistakes, then maybe I'd be like, okay, a little bit of forgiveness would be nice. But I made a series of about 3 or 4 mistakes, like all back to back to back. So when I make a series of like 3 or 4 mistakes all back to back, I'm completely fine, like, paying the cost of like that level of stupidity. I feel like that level of stupidity should absolutely be punished. And I guess, like, the daggers would be for enhanced or elemental shaman. I guess if you were an elemental shaman and you could get like a good intellect dagger, I guess that's why they can equip daggers. It would have been cool if it just like, if it was just like, no, your spec can't equip daggers. Please vendor this weapon right away so it doesn't sit in your bags and tempt you later on. But yeah, it's a dummy trap. They left a dummy trap and I fell into it, so. And because of that, I did not get to play the shaman today, so. I could have swore that dagger had agility on it, though. You said look at the main stats on the weapon, and the thing is, like, we could double check this. Like, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I saw, like, maybe I just saw crit, but I saw some stats that made me think, oh shit, this is good. Did I see agility? I don't know. Like, in my mind, I saw agility and crit. But maybe that's not what it was. Maybe it was intellect grayed out, but I'm pretty sure it was an agi. And I'm gonna check it after this run. And then we'll know the true, like, the depth of my stupidity. Is if it says intellect grayed out, and if there's no primary stat like agility for the shaman, then yeah, then totally, like, it's already my fault, but even more so in that case. Yeah, and so, like, if agility was in white, like I suspect it was, then that just made me think, oh look, an agility weapon for my enhancement shaman. Like, that was my thought process. My thought process was item is equipable. Item has agility on it. I like agility. I should equip this item. And unfortunately, I was wrong. Like, I should not have equipped the item. But I think I had a little bit of evidence. I think a little bit of evidence, like, made me think that it was a good idea. Oh boy. Monica, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Another whatever dungeon this is, it looks like it's gonna be another fail. So Throne of Tides, Everbloom, we are probably done with, like, pushing any higher on those. I feel like this is gonna happen to me in every season. Like, this is why I'm never gonna get Keystone Master. Is because, like, no matter what dungeons are in the rotation, there's always going to be a couple of them that I just can't do past a certain key. Like, right now we're stuck. Like, we're not getting Everbloom past 12, and we're not getting Throne of Tides past 12. Once it adds, like, another modifier, like, we just can't do it. And so that's going to be the same, like, in this season. It's going to be the same in season 4. It's probably going to be the same always. Like, my skill level and my tolerance are going to cap out probably around, like, a 12 key. Because I think I'm destined to run, like, I'll get everything in the season to a 12 key, and that'll be as high as it gets. Pushing for Keystone Master is detrimental to your health. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say I'm not gonna have the tolerance for it. Like, I could probably do, like, failed run after failed run after failed run, and then eventually, like, by the very laws of probability, like, I'll get into a run that succeeds, right? If I just were to keep at it, inevitably, I'd probably get into a run that succeeds at, like, a 14 or 15 key. But, like, I don't really have the gumption or, like, the internal motivation to do that. Because these are fun and everything, don't get me wrong, but like beating my head against the wall is not really my idea of fun. It's some people's idea of fun. I don't have a guild. I don't have a guild in retail, so yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Maybe some other. I have guilds in other versions of the game, but nobody plays in those guilds. This is my indicator, okay? This is a good indicator. If I die more than 3 times in a run and it's on trash, then I shouldn't be doing the run. I think that I'm gonna use that as like a guide. If I die more than 3 times to trash in a run, then I shouldn't be doing that key. Like, I'm not really gonna count boss deaths, but yeah, just dying to trash 3 times immediately don't need to be here. Maybe not ready to be here gear-wise, but definitely not ready to be here, like, mentality-wise. Because the problem is, like, I can definitely see how someone would get, like, really obsessed. How, like, a WoW player would get, like, really obsessed with the idea of, like, oh, I have to get Keystone Master. I have to. Like, I can feel that. And so I want to put, like, systems of control in place. Oh, damn. And I want those systems of control to stop me from getting obsessed. So I need to come up with a few, like, mythic rules for myself here. That was not the time to look away from my screen heading down that hallway. Just not the time to do it. Hardest boss in the dungeon. You actually have to pay attention to what's happening. Blanzin, the thing is, man, like, and this is hard to accept for me too, because like I quit SOD because I hated it. The problem is that like SOD is going really well, like numbers wise, and like the amount of people playing SOD is popping off. It sucks, like, as somebody who doesn't like SOD at all and doesn't like what it is and doesn't like what it's become and doesn't feel like it's classic at all. Like, as that kind of person that I am, like, it sucks to admit it, but the SOD is going well. I think they're pushing Kata out because, like, Kata is gonna suck. I don't think people are gonna like Kata. I don't think Kata's gonna have the numbers that BC and Wrath had, and I think I think they want to get Kata out and get Kata over with, because Kata's not gonna be very good. I think that the reason why they're rushing Kata has to do with Kata, and like I don't now that I've seen the numbers, like basically like I went and I looked at the SOD servers. Like SOD servers are all high, full. Like, SOD is popping off. Like, people are playing the shit out of it. And it sucks, because I don't like it, but, yeah. That's what's going on. And so I think that, like, what's happening with Cataclysm is that, like, they're anticipating that people are not gonna like Cataclysm. And so they're gonna get it out as soon as they can. Cataclysm is gonna be over by January. January 2025, Cata will be done. And then they'll have to decide if they're gonna do Mr. Pandaria Classic. Maybe people will like that more. Or maybe they put their efforts, like, somewhere else. Who knows? But yeah, sad truth is, like, SOD's doing really well. Somehow. it is toxic, yeah, but people who like that kind of thing and like who are used to that kind of thing, they don't care. Like, they are getting the gameplay out of it that they want to get out of it. It's just not the gameplay that a lot of us, like, casual enjoyers of Classic, we didn't want that. As casual enjoyers of Classic, like, we didn't want a meta. We didn't want to have to worry about logs. We didn't have to want to worry about parses. Like, as casual Classic enjoyers, we didn't want that. But we are not the target audience for the season. And if we were at one point, like, we might have been the target audience initially, but I think the target audience, like, really changed around, like, phase 2. Like, by phase 2, like, the target audience was people who were really interested in min-maxing, were really interested in, like, the meta for group content and stuff like that. Like, we are just, like, casual Classic, and players are not the audience anymore for SOD. But SOD's doing really well, because it does have an audience. And those people are, like, voraciously consuming SOD. Yeah, the problem comes when they put endgame content every 10 levels. It makes that a lot more obvious to people, yeah. Because otherwise you would just level up to 60, and for a lot of people, like, leveling to 60 is the enjoyment of Classic. Leveling up to 60, getting your character to cap, for a lot of people, like, that's the game when it comes to Classic. And so yeah, there might have always been, like, toxicity and min-maxing and stuff, like, in raids, but a lot of people never were exposed to that because a lot of people just did the journey and that was all they wanted out of it. Like, SOD has, like, enforced endgame every, like, 10-15 levels. And so a lot more people got exposed to the meta, a lot more people got exposed to the toxicity, who weren't used to that in a Classic setting. And that's where it stops being fun for casual players. In my opinion.
have grown too weak to be of any assistance.
We almost lived. We were so close to living through the entire fight. We were so close. We were doing mediocre damage, and we almost lived. We almost lived. How do I like this dungeon? I kind of hate this one. I kind of hate it.
You must carry on without me.
But yeah, maybe we'll be successful at it. I don't know.
Leave once my
I almost lived. Oh man. I think I hated this one when Kata came out as well. I remember like something about like the goblins had like a poison in those bigger groups, and the poison was always very deadly on heroic. I remember this one being a pain in the butt, like even originally upon release. These goblins right here. I remember these goblins like crushing groups. Like if you overpulled or you pulled too much, I remember them just like crushing groups. Good. This sucks because we're gonna have to do this whole hallway again. Like yeah, I think we're gonna have to do the whole hallway again. It's not what you want to see leading up to the last boss. It doesn't really bode well for last boss success here. Like the fact that we just like wiped in the fucking hallway. It's not good. Like, there's shit on the ground here. I can't see the shit on the ground, like, over everything else. Like, there's shit on the ground I think that I'm not supposed to stand in. It's not visible to me. I don't see what it is. But obviously, like, I'm standing in something. Maybe it's that stuff, that the black stuff that you can kind of see. I guess that could be it. Alright, hey, at least we got into the room, I guess. I'd love to get my food buff here. Let's see if it actually happens. My character has not been sitting down to eat recently. There's like a long delay between when I click the food and when she sits. It's kind of strange.
As I purify these waters, the servants of filth will surely be stirred. Beware. My waters are cleansed. Drink in their power. My waters are cleansed. Drink in their power. Their filthiness stains me. My waters are cleansed. Drink in their power. Their filthiness stains me.
I'm sure the paladin can just like, the paladin can solo it, right? That's fine. No big deal. Let the paladin solo it. Oh, no, no. Maybe we've seen Demon Hunter tanks do some amazing things. Nah, probably not. without like another player to help clear the ink, I think this is a wipe. I wish, I don't know, maybe he should just let himself die in this case so we can get back to it. I'd love to just like get back into the fight and just try again. Is he healing? Is this guy healing while he sits in the ink? I feel like he's healing. I don't know. What percentage are we at here? 10%? I don't think he's gonna get him from 10%. Maybe. He's not going down, so. If we just had one other person alive, that'd be cool. 9%. I need to repair. Yeah, we're fine. there's no way to repair in here because we can't mount up. Okay, cool. Dead. Yeah, everything's basically one more kill, one more death, and we're out. It'll just like, I think today, like the ratio of keys we have completed successfully to keys we have failed at, I'm pretty sure we failed at twice as many keys today. Oh, we're also like, yeah, we're done. Oh, we're done. I don't even want to do the fight. I don't even want to do the fight. We're not going to complete the key. We spent 30 minutes in here for absolutely no. Now I kind of like, I start to sense why like Mythic players can get so enraged and so pissed off. Because it really, it's not, I don't even care about my key. My key is meaningless. I don't give a shit about my key. What I care about is that I spent all this time in here and I'm gonna get no benefit for it. There's no benefit for the time that I spent in here. The time that I spent dying in here is worthless. It has no value. I took that time and I flushed it right down the shitter. And so like with that in mind, I can kind of understand why Mythic players are toxic. Like, it sucks to have your time wasted. And that's not even like withstanding, some people actually care about the level of their keys and like they care about their keys getting depleted and stuff like that. Like I don't really care so much about that, but it sucks to come in here and not get the run done, you know? I don't care about the points either. I don't care. It's not the rating I care about. No, I don't care about the rating. I care about on my little Mythic sheet that it has a higher number for this dungeon. I wanted to move this dungeon from a 13 to a 14. And so like that was my goal. Like, so for me, like all the time we spent here is wasted. like regardless of like anything else. Like I'm not gonna do the boss again. Like this is my last attempt on the boss. Because there's no reason for me to be in here at this point. That's how I feel, you know. I don't feel like there's any reason for me to be in here at this point.
Our waters are cleansed, drinking their power.
And I think, like I was talking earlier, I think that's why, like, for me, it's going to be really important, like, to enjoy these dungeons. It's going to be really important for me to have, like, self-set, like, limits. I have to figure out, like, what my limits are, like, and I have to stay within those limits. And I think that's, like, I think that's where most people go wrong, that, like, don't have fun doing these, is I think you try to push, and you push, and you push, and you push right out of your own, like, ability zone. And I think, like, for me, like, this kind of content is, like, I'm now outside of my ability zone. I don't have the ability to do this level of content right now. So yeah. Gear is busted. Completely busted. And so yeah, I think for me, like, setting a goal of, like, a 12 key. Like, 12 keys are good. I like 12 keys. They're fun. I can do them. They provide a challenge, but it's not like too much. But I think, like, yeah. Anything above a 12 or 13, anything that gets that additional modifier, whatever threshold that is where you get the, like, the additional modifier, that's too much for me, I think, right now. With more practice, like, and maybe with a class that I could learn a little bit better, maybe that could change. But I think right now that's, like, kind of my limit. Like, see, you'll see most of my keys are like 12, 13. I randomly got a 14 Dawn of the Infinites. But you'll notice that I have not been able to, like, climb out of that, and because I think that's my ceiling. I'm pretty sure, like, 12 or 13 is both my, like, it's my skill ceiling, and also it's my enjoyment ceiling. 700. Look how broke I am. I have $0. I have none of the money. I need to start just selling, like, shit because, yeah, I have no money. What other stuff can I sell? I don't really have a lot of junk to sell. You don't get a lot of junk in Mythic Plus. You don't pick up any loot, so there's no junk to sell for money. It is my ceiling for now. Yeah. It is my ceiling for right now. Then that doesn't mean that, like, my ceiling won't change over time. Like, maybe eventually I would be more comfortable. But what I mean is, like, the system makes you want to push harder and harder and harder. It makes you want to do those higher keys. And I think a lot of people get really sucked into that. And I think, like, judging how I felt when I realized we were not going to hit that timer, I can see how people would be toxic in groups. I can see how people with a little bit less of, like, self-control would just get incredibly fucking toxic. Because I really wanted to hit that key. I really wanted to get that 14 done. Because, like, I wanted to get the endorphins of having a blue. I wanted this to be a blue 14. And when I realized that wasn't going to happen, I felt emotions. And because I'm trying to push past my limit, because the system is kind of, like, egging me on to, like, I want to go, like, higher and higher, right? And so I think that's where, like, a lot of the resentment comes from in these groups. I get it now. And so I think, like, the important thing is to know, like, hey, this week I can only do plus 12 this week. Like, maybe next week I try plus 13. Maybe the week after that I try. And I think, like, getting in at the beginning of a season, if I get in at the beginning of a season, that's going to make that a lot easier. You know, I'm not going to feel like I have to, like, be doing, like, 15s, like, right away if I get in at the beginning of a season. Be more picky with who I invite. Yeah, but it's like a crapshoot. Like, I invite some people who have an amazing gear score, and, you know, it's like, it's random. It's all pugs. Like, what I would really need, what would make it super enjoyable, is a static group. Like, obviously, like most content in this game, what makes something more enjoyable is when you have a static group of friends. If you have a static group of friends, then even like acute failures can be fun. You're gonna have a good time if you know the people that you're playing with and you enjoy the people that you're playing with. And so that would be like one thing that would ease it a little bit. But yeah, other than that, then you kind of have to try to snipe people you think are going to be really good. But the reality is, like, I don't know if I'm going to get somebody really good or not, you know? How do I even get out of here? Oh, here we go. Boop. So you know things about other classes. So you would have waited for a priest instead of an evoker because they can mass dispel. I don't know stuff like that. I don't know those things. And like that kind of sucks for healers. Like if you are a healing class and like it turns out that you are not going to get picked because you don't have mass dispel, like boy, that's a bummer. But yeah, obviously like I should be taking things like that into consideration. I'm never who am I fooling? Thinking that I can get to Veldraken from anywhere. Like I need to find like what's called a traditional flight path. Where is this this traditional flight path? Somewhere right here. All right, let's see if maybe she can just get me to Veldraken. That'd be really cool. In 7 hours, she will get me to Veldraken. Approximately a 7-hour flight. Shadow Priest or a Healing Priest. Yeah, now I know. Okay, cool. Always bring a priest. Like, we had a Shadow Priest, I think. Yeah, like, we had somebody, I think. This is not the same character. No, we didn't have a priest. I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of all this. Bring a priest. Okay, so we have to have a priest. Good to know. What's my impressions on Mythic Plus? It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think it's important to approach it like in a self-aware manner. I think like a WoW player who just tries to get into this and they're not like super self-aware, I think it could easily lead to a very bad time. What'll happen is it'll lead to a couple of really triumphant moments. But then, like, overall, I think it would lead, like, somebody to having a really miserable time. I've been having fun, and I think I'll continue to have fun as long as I'm really careful about, like, what my goals are. And, like, what my expectations are of myself. And just not expecting myself to suddenly be playing at a level where I can do, like, 14, 15 keys. Because I just started playing this a week ago. So, and like your 20 years of experience with the game in my case, like that 20 years of experience doesn't matter. Like having 20 years of experience with the game doesn't matter at all, doesn't help you at all. And so like letting go of that and thinking like, you know, yeah, you've played the game for 20 years, but you suck at retail and you don't know what you're doing, and just accept it and just like progress slowly. I think like having the right attitude about it is like fundamental to actually being able to enjoy it, because it does seem like a game mode that would really easily incite people in pugs to rage and anger, if not like monitored. I'm a bit quick to call I failed, but that's because I know me. Like I'm a bit quick to know that I can't do something. Like that's just self-awareness. Like when I know I'm not having a good time and I'm not being successful, it's just obvious to me. Yeah, it's just obvious to me. I'm judging it based on how I feel during the run. So when I'm struggling in a 13 or 14 or 15 key, and I'm saying like this is not working, like that is based on how I feel playing the game. That's based on me like, oh, we're dying, we're wiping, I'm not having a good time, I don't have good vibes about the run. This is a fail. Like it's quick because I'm constantly self-aware about it. Like, yeah, and like I'm not gonna pound my head against something that is obviously, like, we're obviously failing at it, and like, especially when I'm the problem, and when it's like, when I'm the one who's not ready for that content. Like, I decide when I'm ready for the content. If I'm in a 15 key and I'm saying nope, then that's a no. it means no. No means no. And so, like, if that's my feeling, that's what I'm gonna go with my feeling. I'm not gonna beat my head into a wall in a pug group trying to do a key that I feel is beyond my capability. So yes, I would rather be really quick to call a fail than to beat my head and to keep like generating like the negativity that I feel growing as I fail. I'd rather just be self-aware and be like, yeah, this isn't working, let's go do something more fun. Like that's a lot more sensical of a way for me to approach it. Okay, let's see. Dagger. The dagger has fucking agility on it. It's an agility crit haste dagger. Those are all stats that I would want for an enhancement shaman. And so, like, this is a stupid trap. I fell into a big stupid trap with this dagger because it has the stats that I would want, except it's not compatible. And you'll notice, here's the other problem, okay?
Thank you for sharing.
This is a huge problem. What does the red text say? Read the red text to yourself. Have you read it yet? It says, must have a one-handed melee equipped in the offhand. Must have a one-handed melee weapon equipped in the offhand. I seem to have a one-handed melee weapon equipped in my offhand. I seem to have one. Except it says I must have a one-handed melee weapon equipped in my offhand. This must be a bug. Maybe, no, it's not a bug. It's that you can't use daggers as an enhancement shaman. And so the game should not let you equip a dagger as an enhancement, or it should change this message, and this message in red should say, must have a one-handed mace or one-handed axe in your offhand. Because the message that it says now is fucking wrong. It's completely wrong. It doesn't tell me what the actual problem is. The actual problem is that enhancement shaman don't use daggers, despite being able to equip them, despite them having stats that they could use. This is a problem. It shouldn't let me loot a dagger. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. I am enhancement spec. My loot is set to enhancement. Ideally, I never would have had this dagger. But even better, if you want to lay a stupid trap for people, at least have some information in the game be accurate to tell someone what the problem is. All this has to say is must have a one-handed mace or one-handed axe equipped in the offhand, and then I say, oh, okay, I see what the problem is. I have a dagger, and now I see. So yeah, it's a problem.
Do you seek knowledge?
And then, like, okay, I have a little bit of money. So what I don't have, I don't think I have any items to get crafted gear on this character. And I don't know what I'm going to be able to find, like, on the auction house. Probably nothing really good. 424, that's like... Shit. Well, that's gonna suck. I need like something like agility. This is as good as it's gonna get. Agility, stamina, verse, and mastery. 9,000 gold? No. No. We're just gonna have to go with this. And I'll at least have a weapon that I could use. It's not a bug. Yeah, it's not a bug. That's the messed up thing. Is it's how they made their game. Oh shit. What is this? Oh, it said the item was a green, but when I got the item was a blue. Oh, that's interesting. There we go. It's a really bad weapon. It's kind of craptastic. But yeah. It's better than no weapon. So yeah, guys, I'm not gonna play this character today, but I think we'll play tomorrow. Tomorrow we will jump on the shaman and we'll see what melee feels like. I think my mage is basically like where I want it for the season. You know, we got mostly 12 or 13 keys. That's really what that's all like I'm having fun with right now. I don't really have fun trying to push harder than that right now. And in Season 4, we'll have more time to learn the dungeons, we'll have more time to gear up, we'll have more time for me to skill up, and then in Season 4, maybe we will slowly work towards Keystone Master, but I don't think there's a good reason for me to, like, push myself towards that in this last week of Season 3 after, like, this is my first touch with Mythics in 20 years, so, like, I don't think it's valuable. But I do think we'll get on tomorrow, and we will see how Melee feels. Did I quit SOD? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm done with SOD. I got so many other versions of the game to play that are more fun. I don't plan to go back to SOD at all. And yeah, guys, thank you for being here. I am out of time for today, so I'm gonna get going. I really appreciate you guys being here and all of the support. If you did enjoy hanging out, leaving a like, subbing to the channel, ringing the bell, all that stuff really does help me out, and I appreciate those that do. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other, and we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.